my name on it, so I don't know how I'm going to cash that. Thank you very much to the gallery for making this contribution to the next generation of journalists who are itching to take your place. It's 20 years since I was in the gallery at the Toronto Star. I sat next to Tonda McCharles and across from Derek Ferguson and learned the expression, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. So I miss you guys. I miss daily journalism. But I have to tell you, it is a real privilege to spend your days among the generation that represents the future of journalism. And people ask me, who's going to journalism school these days? Let me tell you, it is alive and well. We're getting ready to welcome 100 new students in the fall into the undergraduate and the master's program. They want to do this job. And for the journalists in the room, you are their idols, and they are looking to you. And for the politicians in the room, although I think some of those to whom I would address these remarks aren't here, they're looking at you too. And one thing that does trouble me is the sort of toxic, hostile environment that we're sending our graduates out into, especially young women of color, journalists of color. They are going into a type of hostile work environment that I never experienced. And I think we have to be mindful of that. And so to politicians, of a certain bent, yes, criticize us, hold us to account, but do not abuse your privilege to spout nonsense about fake news and to suggest that journalists are on somebody's payroll. Don't diminish journalists. We are as much a part of this democratic exercise as you are. And when you diminish journalists, you diminish our democracy. So this contribution by the Press Gallery to Carleton, and in particular to the Peter Leo Fund for Emerging Reporters, is really important to foster this next generation of journalists. And this fund is a bit different from a traditional scholarship. They don't just get an award for being a great student, although I see many of my former great students here tonight. This is an Emerging Reporter Award. We will take applications. Students will have to pitch a story idea that they would like to do with this $5,000 award and get out there and create some journalism that would have made Peter Leo proud. This award was the brainchild of Tom Harrington from CBC, who couldn't be here this evening. Tom sent me a minute of remarks that he wanted me to share. Peter Leo, for those who knew him, was everything that is great about CBC Radio News: passionate, dedicated, disciplined, generous, and professional. He made all those around him better. When you heard a live special from the late 90s through to 2020, Peter was in the control room, acting cool and assured, marshalling resources, trusting the journalists, making quick and smart decisions under extraordinary pressure. He was the unseen hand who brought it all together. Yet it was never about him. He was comfortable that way. Peter was also a mentor to both veterans and new reporters in the system. Unfailingly hopeful and positive, he offered encouragement, guidance, and wisdom. And he loved politics, producing the House for several years, commanding live election coverage on countless occasions, and no doubt attending a few of these gallery dinners. Choosing to support this scholarship in his name validates all the important principles for which Peter stood: He would be pleased and proud of such a tribute, knowing it's about the future of journalism, something he deeply believed in. Almost exactly 3 years to the day after we lost Peter Leo, Tom and his colleagues at CBC News are honored by this decision of the gallery to donate to a scholarship in his name. And on behalf of Carleton, I want to thank you for doing that. And then I will go back to my lovely job hanging out with the future of journalism. Thank you.